Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for our time together with Upcychelly. My name is Mary, and what we are doing is on today's episode is we are plarning together our plarn. We're crocheting our plarn into a long chain, and then this is what I'm doing this for is to make it into like a little like a bow for a miniature basket. Oh, it says Upcychelly. Oh, it was focused better earlier. Why did I move it? And so this has already had Mod Podge added to it to make it hold a little bit better. The edges of the basket plastic have been cut. And what it's going to be for is it's going to be for a plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a couple of holes in the bottom so that it has some drainage, maybe more than a couple. And I'm going to be using the appropriate soil, and that's going to be for planting my cactus. If you look maybe a couple of weeks back, you'll see that I had planted cactus in regular soil. That soil is not drying quick enough, so what I'm having to do now is I'm having to change my plants out. I've also noticed that plants that are in a smaller container require a lot more supervision, watering. So, whoops. I didn't lose it. This still looks pretty dark to me, so I'm going to not water it just yet. But this is the incorrect dirt. It looks like it's right, doesn't it? But it should be a little bit sandier. So I did get dirt that's meant to drain better. I live in Florida, so I'm always battling mold, and it's always humid here. It's never not humid. So that's okay. Just learn to work with what you got, right? So let's go on ahead and move forward. I had already started crocheting a chain for you. And here is my chain that I had started crocheting. It's 3 pieces of plastic yarn that I had gotten. Last week I showed you a couple of ways of putting together the yarn pieces, also on Monday as well. But I do have, so if you see this end and this end, they don't break, they're all looped. So all of them are like that. And then what you do is you take one, loop it around the other, pull it through, Then you follow this down, try to keep it as even to the end as possible. You'll find out what I mean when you start making these. And then loop it through and pull it. All right. So here we have 1, 2, and 3 of just regular plastic bag loops. So really what I'm going to do with this right now is, because I'm not using this, but I will be using it later, is I'm just going to wrap it up. And it is ready for use in the future. I won't have to put those bags together. All right, so a couple of things that I always like to go through is, first of all, thank you so much for joining me for Time Together with Upsychelly. It's Upsychelly. It sounds like upcycling without the ng. Tools that we're going to be using, or that I already used, were scissors. I'm not cutting anything today. Plastic bags, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and a crochet hook. So I'm going to add that another time. So if you are on YouTube, I'm asking you to please subscribe. The button is now black somewhere down there, I believe. I appreciate you. And last but not least, if you are on LinkedIn and or Facebook, please follow. I need followers. Followers wanted. Subscribers wanted. All right, so let this blip for a little while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue crocheting this into the rest of the chain. Once we get to about 10 minutes, we're going to go ahead and end our broadcast. Not abruptly, but I've been trying to keep the broadcast to about 10 minutes or so. Not too far, not too long. What can I put on? And it's really simple. Let me find something else. This is a really loud soundtrack and we're just not going to use it. So I was going to try to play music behind me. So basically what we're doing is we're always going to put the string on the hook the same way. If you go this way one time and then this way the other and then this way the other, your work is not going to look even. So I always like to put my work over and then I pull it through. When I'm pulling it through, I'm making sure that it goes through the longest section. You see I have a hook and the widest section is going to be where you see the V. Let's see, will it? I think you can see that V down there. All right, that's where it's going to be. See? If it'll focus. Came right through there. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. And it's just pulling the plarn through. If you were, for me right now, I don't care how tight I'm making this. I like for it to be uniform, but I'm presenting and there's a lot of stuff going on right now. But if you were to be coming back through, you would definitely want to make sure that you would be able to put your needle back in and do the work that you want to do. So I can. It's not too tight. So we're just about a little over 10 minutes. I'm going to let this try to get at least two. Here's the knot for the last bag. So looks like we crocheted our second bag today. And let me get to there we go. Now we're on our third bag. And so you saw how long that to begin with, and this is how long it is now, right? And this is ultimately how long I want to get it. Now I am thinking of contrasting colors. So for this basket, I'm wondering if I should gray or if I should do a cream. I think gray would go better with the color scheme that I have with the blue. So I get a gray. So I'll finish that up tonight. Tomorrow we'll finish crocheting this together. Later on during the week, I will show you how to put the crochet string that I made in through into here so you can get the basket. We have time. Okay. Together with Upsychelly. If you subscribe, if you have any projects that you would like to please let us know down in the comments. If there are any projects that you would like to see again, please let us know down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching Time Together with Upcycling. You have a wonderful day.